do a search for the Embassy of Ukraine, Australia, it should bring up the Embassy of Ukraine, Australia, mfa.gov. So that's the website you need to find, australia.mfa.gov.ua/English version, and that will take you through. So click on that website there. So here we are at the main page of the Embassy of Ukraine, Australia. Scroll down to Consular Issues. That'll bring a pop-up of these choices here. Scroll up to Consular Services and across to Visas to Ukraine. Click on Visa to Ukraine. That takes us through to this screen here. Now, for all intents and purposes, it doesn't look like it's changed much, but it has. If you scroll down, we'll go to the sidebar and pull down on the sidebar. Scroll down slightly, you'll see the visa headings here, all the prices for the visas and the amounts, different things you need to do. So you'll need to read all through that. For the moment, all I'm going to do is tell you to go to, for all visas the following must be submitted. Go through, read through this section here, but most importantly the application form is what we're addressing at the moment. You'll need to go here, application form to be filled in. Click on this link, http://visa.mfa.gov.ua. So when you click on that link there, it'll bring you through to this page. If you've already got applications in and other things, there's choices here for that, but you're making your application for the first time, you will click on fill in the application. So click on that, pop down, brings up these choices, current nationality. We're saying Australia. Main purpose of our journey is, of course, we are tourists. We're submitting documents in Australia, and this automatically comes in Embassy of Ukraine in Australia, because that's the only place in Australia where you can submit your documents. Here you'll see view unit schedule. That's later you'll need to pick a time and date that the embassy will be looking at your paperwork. It's not an appointment for you to have an interview in person at the embassy. You only need to pick out a time and date, which you probably should pick out 4 or 5 days after you actually start your application. They give you time to get it all together, put it in an overnight envelope and get it to the embassy. That date is the time they allocate for looking at your paperwork and granting your visa. So it's important you pick out a time there when you finally complete your application. I believe you can do that later, but basically the screen looks like that. It brings this up, it automatically puts in Australia, embassy in Australia. It's a bureaucratic thing, I think, just for allocating time. So if we were, for instance, starting our application today, getting our photos done tomorrow, posting off our application on Friday because we have all our other information in hand, we're assuming that they'd get the thing next working day with an overnight envelope, allow a day's grace, so pick out the 24th or the 25th as your time for them to look at your paperwork. And that's just a simple matter of clicking on that and choosing any old time on there, and they just allocate that time for looking at your paperwork, basically. So slot selected, consular office, date and time, that's all there is to it. So I'm just cancelling that because we don't need that. So you've filled out your nationality, purpose of the journey, documents in Australia, Embassy of Australia. Next, we click on here. The next thing to do is to start an account with the embassy so that you can track your visa application and track your passport when it's going to be returning to you. Simple thing, what language you want to use, your surname, your given name, your email address for them to contact you, type of travel document. Most of us will be travelling on an ordinary document unless we're diplomats or some other military person or something like that. So that's all you need to do there. Put in your passport number as your travel document number, passport, Australian passport. Then you'll need to set up your account by completing it with a password, confirming the password, filling in the capture into this space here, just typing it in. You'll also need to read the disclaimer and the other security and privacy statements there. Accept those, read and accept the above information. So click on the box, and then that will allow you to go through and fill out the application, which is as far as we can go in this tutorial without going through to the screen and opening up an account, which we'll do on the next tutorial, which will be filling out the actual application. That is the easy part of it. Once you've navigated to this point, if you can fill out this part and open your account, you're well on your way. A lot of this stuff will be pre-filled on your form already, and you'll just need to put in a few extra details and print out the form, attach your photo, and send it off to the embassy. That's all there is to it, really. It's not very hard at all. For people that are only going to Ukraine for a single visit, you'll probably want to apply for the e-visa, which gives you 30 days entry for tourism purposes. As long as you know the dates you're going, apply for that visa. It's only 65 US, which is around about $85 Australian, I believe. It'll save you around about $50 on applying for a standard visa like this. It's a new initiative being introduced on the 4th of April 2018, so it's a new thing. Australians can now apply for an e-visa, single entry only, 30 days. Now the visa that we've just gone through here, this application that we're applying for here, that'll give you single or multiple entry visas, and also it'll give you up to 90 days entry within a 120-day period, I believe. So it's more flexible for the purposes that I need and for other people that visit Ukraine often. If you're planning a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Ukraine for a month's holiday, certainly the e-visa is good enough for your purposes, and you can go through similar sort of process as we did here. Just find the links for the e-visa and go through and fill that one out instead of doing the full visa. Okay, I hope that's been of help. Enjoy your trip to Ukraine.
Ой, чули, 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 ой, чули, чули ви, і здибав він дівчину, що несла пироги.